Corruption is one of the biggest challenges facing India today. It affects every sector of society, from politics, economy, business to public services and daily life. And despite efforts to curb it, corruption remains deeply rooted in India's system, harming the economic growth, undermining the trust in institutions, and widening social inequality. Corruption in India takes various forms, from bribery and embezzlement to favoritism and misuse of power. It is present at both top levels of the government and in everyday interactions. For example, people may have to pay bribes to access basic services like getting a driver's license, securing a job, enrolling their children in school, and high level corruption, on the other hand, involves large scale scandals where public funds are misused or government contracts are awarded unfairly. Corruption severely affects the economy and hampers the development. Public funds are meant for infrastructure, healthcare, or education are often end up in the hands of corrupt officials or middlemen. And this led to substandard public services, poor infrastructure, and lack of resources for critical sectors. Corruption also discourages investment both within the country and from foreign investors. Businesses are often forced to pay bribes or face delays, which increase the cost of doing business and hinders the economic growth. Socially, corruption widens the gap between rich and poor. The wealthy who can afford to pay bribes get faster and better services, while the poor are left to suffer. And this deepens the inequality and weakens the social fabric. India has made efforts to address corruption, like the Right to Information Act, which was passed in 2005, was a significant step. It allows citizens to access government records, promoting transparency and accountability. The establishment of the Lokpal in 2013 was another attempt to tackle corruption at high levels. And initiatives like Digital India and DBTs, which is direct benefit transfer, have also helped reducing corruption by limiting the role of middlemen. Despite these efforts, corruption continues to thrive due to weak law enforcement, political interference, and lack of public awareness. Strengthening the institutions and improving the accountability and ensuring swift action against corrupt individuals are critical for success. And much more than that, educating people about their rights, encouraging public participation in governance is critical to reduce corruption. Corruption in India remains a significant obstacle in the progress. Well, efforts have been made to reduce it, but there has to be sustained political and legal reforms and public involvement, which is essential to create a more transparent and fair society. Ending corruption would not only promote economic growth but also ensure more just and equitable India.